Three versions of the same guy, same face, same city, completely different lives. One of them is broke, one is comfortable, one is rich. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one you're becoming. Meet version 1. On paper, he's doing fine. Steady paycheck, decent job, nothing dramatic. But by the last week of every month, his account is basically at zero. Why? Because every dollar he earns goes toward looking successful, not being successful. New sneakers the day they drop. The newest phone, financed, of course. Dinner out 5 nights a week because cooking feels like a chore. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one you're becoming. Nobody ever taught him the difference between spending and actually building wealth. Every time he gets stressed, he buys something. A new outfit, a gadget, or a weekend trip he genuinely can't afford just to feel okay again. It feels good for exactly one day. Then the bill quietly comes due. His credit card balance keeps creeping up, a little more every month. He tells himself he'll start saving next month. Next month never actually comes. Empty piggy bank icon with dust around it. Simple stick figure line art. One car repair, one medical bill, and he's borrowing money just to survive. He scrolls online, sees people who look richer, and feels instantly behind. So he spends even more, trying to catch up to a lifestyle he can't afford. This is the trap. It's not laziness. It's not even stupidity, really. It's years of small decisions made without any real plan at all, quietly adding up to absolutely nothing sitting in the bank account. He works hard, genuinely. Long hours, real effort, real stress. But hard work without direction just means he's tired and broke instead of calm. The scariest part? He doesn't even realize he's stuck in this pattern because everyone around him is doing the exact same thing every single day. And when everyone's drowning together, drowning starts to feel completely normal. Now meet version 2. Black jacket, gold watch, keys to a nice car. He looks successful. Honestly, by most standards, he actually is doing well. He's not struggling. He's not drowning like version 1. He's comfortable. But comfortable isn't the same thing as free. There's a real difference. He's got a car payment due on the 15th every single month. A mortgage that stretches 30 years, quietly hanging over every decision. A 401k his job set up automatically that he's honestly never looked at. He couldn't tell you what it's invested in if you asked him directly. He's one bad month away from real stress, even though it doesn't look like it. A layoff, a medical emergency, and this comfortable life gets shaky fast. Most of what he owns, he doesn't actually own outright. The bank does. The car is financed, the house is mortgaged, even the furniture is on a plan. He upgraded his lifestyle every time his salary went up, dollar for dollar. Bigger apartment, nicer car, more expensive vacations timed with every raise. This is called lifestyle inflation. It quietly eats every raise he gets. He invests a little, sure, whatever HR automatically signed him up for. But he's never intentionally put money into anything beyond that default option. He tells himself he'll figure out investing later, once things settle down. Things never really settle down. There's always a new bill, a new upgrade. This is the version most Americans actually live in, quietly for decades. Not poor, not rich, just permanently comfortable and permanently a little stressed. He works a stable job specifically so he can keep this lifestyle running. The job funds the lifestyle. The lifestyle demands the job. It's a loop. This is sometimes called the golden handcuffs. Trapped by comfort, not poverty. He looks at version 1 and feels superior. At least he's not struggling. But he never looks upward at what real financial freedom could look like. He's not building wealth. He's maintaining an image of wealth, month after month. Underneath the watch and the car keys, there's a quiet, constant, low-grade anxiety. He's doing better than most, but he's still working for money, not the reverse. That one distinction is the entire difference between comfortable and actually free. Now, version 3. Simple dark suit, no visible watch, no flashy car keys. If you passed him on the street, you probably wouldn't look twice. That's exactly the point. Real wealth most of the time is quiet and boring. Behind the scenes, this version owns things. Actual assets, not just stuff. A chunk of his money sits in simple, low-cost index funds, growing quietly. He owns a small rental property that pays him rent every single month. He also runs a small side business, something he built slowly over years. But he never looks upward at what real financial freedom could look like. While version 1 bought sneakers, this version bought shares in a company. While version 2 financed a nicer car, this version funded an investment account. He doesn't chase status. He's not trying to look rich to strangers online. He's chasing ownership, owning pieces of businesses, property, and his own time. That's the entire difference between looking rich and actually being rich. He still drives an older car. It runs fine. He doesn't need a new one. He lives in a modest home, well below what his income could afford. That gap between what he could spend and what he actually spends is the secret. He invests that gap every single month automatically without even thinking. He understands exactly where every dollar of his money is invested and why. He reads about money, not obsessively, just consistently, a little every week. He treats financial education the same way he treats brushing his teeth. Routine. Multiple small income streams flow in. Rent, dividends, business profit, his salary. If one stream dries up, he's not in trouble. The others keep flowing. He said no to a lot of things earlier in life to get here now. Delayed gratification, boring nights in, skipped vacations, years most people wouldn't tolerate. Now those years of patience are quietly paying him back every single month. He's not lucky. He didn't win a lottery. He just started early and stayed consistent. His money now works harder than he does, generating income while he sleeps. That's true freedom, not the size of his paycheck, but where it comes from. He could stop working tomorrow and his life wouldn't fundamentally change very much. That's the actual definition of rich. Not the suit, not the image, the freedom. Not who do you want to be. Who are your daily habits actually building? Because you're not any one of these people yet. You're becoming one of them. One decision at a time, every single day, whether you notice it or not. The coffee you don't think about. The car payment you didn't really need. The investment account you keep meaning to open, but somehow never actually do. Every one of those choices is a small vote for which version wins. None of these three men were born this way. They all started at zero. The only real difference between them is the habits they repeated for years. Small, boring, unglamorous habits, repeated so many times they became who they are. You already know which version your current habits are quietly building toward. The only question left is whether you're going to change anything starting today. If this video hit a little different, you're not alone. Most people feel it. The good news, every single one of these versions can still change direction. It doesn't take a huge salary. It takes different daily decisions, starting now. Next week, I'm breaking down the exact 3-account system I personally use. The same system that moved my own life from version 1 toward version 3. If you want that breakdown the moment it drops, hit subscribe right now. Drop a comment telling me honestly which version you saw yourself in today. Not to judge you, to help you figure out the very next step. See you in the next one. One step closer to free every time.